Mazi Media welcomes you to another hard-going program. Before we open our door to this particular episode, we wish to extend our warmest greetings to you all, depending on where you are. We also want to use this opportunity to thank all our viewers and subscribers. We say, God bless you all. Well, for those who have not subscribed, we ask you to do so by touching the like button, share, and leave your comments accordingly. Thank you. In today's episode, we want to share our views on the role of Nigerian ethnic or regional landlords of Nigerian British company, which activated the spiritual powers of agitators. Well, we will say in this very episode that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom from heaven is assured, and no one can say no to it anymore. In a real dedicated struggle for freedom, there is always a price to pay. That price is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is paying today for all Biafrans and the Nigerians at large, unlike Nigerian ethnic landlords or regional landlords who did not pay the price for the liberation of Nigeria, and as a result, Nigeria is still stuck with those problems that were there when the colonial masters ruled the enclave. Like generations of those who did not fight for independence of Nigeria, they always say unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. But however, today, Nigeria is negotiable. Nigerians and the members of international communities are saying differently, agreeing that Nigeria is negotiable. This has been faulted by the world. The analogy of non-negotiable is a past event. The world agreed that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is non-negotiable. It has to be. It has to be released. This must be heard by APC, Buhari, Tinubu, International Kidnap Surrogate. They have to release him. It has become a political issue, like the case of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya, whose son aided General Buhari to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, Julius Nyerere of Tanzania, Dr. Robert Mugabe of Rhodesia, Zimbabwe. All real freedom fighters always find themselves in the prison of the oppressors, whose regimes are always identified as exploiters, subjugators, extremists, and killers of citizens and opposition groups. Well, Mazi Media also want to use this period to remind you also to use this opportunity once again to thank all our viewers and subscribers and say, please, do not fail to subscribe if you have not done so. Share our videos, comment, and like. Those icons are very, very important in the promotion of our program. Then we go back to what we were saying. We are talking about regional landlords who never fought for Nigerian independence. Many people will ask, who were the regional landlords or ethnic landlords? These groups are known as the fathers of Nigerian nation or independence. They were Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, born on 16th November 1904 in Zuguru, northern Nigeria. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, born on March 6th, 1909 in the Remo town of Ikene. And Alhaji Ahmadu Bello, born on June 12th, 1910 in Raba, Nigeria. All these fathers and ethnic landlords were born before the amalgamation of Nigeria in 1914. They never made opposition to weaken the British administrators like their contemporaries. We have earlier mentioned like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Jomo Kenyatta, Julius Nyerere, Robert Mugabe, Nelson Mandela, and a host of others. They never acted to infuriate the colonial administrators that they have to enter into confrontation. No, they were peaceful. And the peacefulness without any action had made it impossible for Nigeria to be independent nation. They compromised and participated fully in all constitutional amendments set out by the colonial administration. And that is the more reason why in today's contemporary society, Nigeria is regarded as a constitutional amendment country. In the current political dispensation, they are still amending Abba Kasalami's 1999 constitution. Please do not forget to share this video, like, and also leave your comment. For those who have not subscribed, we continue asking you please to do so. Nigerian ethnic landlords were products of colonial constitutions between 1914 to 1960. These constitutions included Clifford's 1922 Constitution, Richard's 1946 Constitution, McPherson 1951 Constitution, Letterton 1954 Constitution, and Lancaster House Constitutional Conference between 1957 to 1958. Of all these, the ethnic landlords loved Richard's Constitution of 1946. This constitution was, as amended, provided for individual protectorates and colony to be renamed as regions, and the charge and control were left in the hands of the ethnic landlords, of which the regional landlords like Ahmad Bello of Northern People's Congress controlled the Northern Protectorate, renamed Northern Nigeria, while Chief Obafemi Awolowo of Action Group controlled the Lagos Yoruba Colony, renamed Southwestern Region, and Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe of NCNC controlled the Niger Coast Protectorate, renamed Southeastern Region. Indeed, these colonial landlords never fought for independence as other contemporaries mentioned earlier. They were porous in their decisions and followed the principles laid down by the colonial administrators that made them to be non-violent but did not achieve the real independence for their own citizens, just like others who were imprisoned during their action to ensure the real independence for the nation were put to prison. Nigerian landlords never went to prison. None of them were arrested for any civil disobedience or act that jeopardized the administration of the colonial administrators. They believed in their various regional political parties and the representation. For instance, the tribal leaders were happy in 1957 and 1958 when various British registered and recognized political parties were selected to go to Lancaster House in London to deliberate the newly drafted Nigerian Federal Constitution. We will read the extracts from this very particular journey to London for the Constitutional Conference. For instance, they said the Lancaster House conferences in London in 1957 and 1958 were meetings where the federal constitution for an independent Nigeria was prepared, here in Lancaster in London. We continue. The meetings were presided over by the British Colonial Secretary. The Nigerian delegates were selected to represent each region to reflect various opinions. The delegation was led by Abubakar Tafawa Balewa of Northern People's Congress, included party leaders Obafemi Awolowo of Action Group, Nnamdi Kanu of the NCNC, Iyom Eta of NIP, National Independent Party, and Ahmad Bello of MPC, as well as the premiers of the Western, Eastern, and the Northern regions. These regions were the product of Richard's Constitution of 1946, of which the ethnic leaders loved so much and had control over their regions. Please, if you have not subscribed to this video, please, we ask you to do so. We continue. These regional landlords were the custodians of their regions and had control over them because these colonies were part of the countries that Britain later, after 1960, in their book, stated they were all dead countries. Those who supposed to activate them did not do so. It was only in Nigeria where 3 countries or protectorates were joined together to form one nation. And that is the reason why there is always problem in Nigeria. 3 nations with different cultures, with different religion, with different everything, landmass, joining together have become a problem rather than a joy of a nation. In Nigeria's political dispensation, north and the southwestern part of Nigeria always seek political freedom on pro rata basis. That is, when it is convenient, they abandon the struggle for liberation, but when their leaders are not in power or not involved, they chant for freedom. It is only the Biafrans or the southeastern region who remain the victims of Nigerian setup are consistent in their demand for separation. Nigeria has never been one. Let's take back on what happened in 1956. Dr. Azikiwe won elections in Western Region Legislative Assembly on 26 May 1956. But he was faced with massive tribal indignation, like Alhaji Ahmed Tinubu and Shomolu did to Mr. Pieter in Lagos with his Labour Party. These are part of the problems in Nigeria. Each ethnic nationality is asked to go back to their various regions when it is not convenient for the other ethnic group, especially those from the Biafran nation or southeastern region who are residing in either the northern region or southwestern region. None of the landlords who were put to prison for insubordination or acts that jeopardize the colonial masters. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is today in prison because he acted like Nelson Mandela, Julius Nyerere, Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, and a host of others. However, the word is out to ensure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released from Nigerian prison because he is a political prisoner like those mentioned earlier and did not commit any crime that made him to be put to prison. Like in the case of Nyerere, he said government cooked up reasons to try Julius Nyerere. So had the government of Buhari and Tinubu had cooked up reasons as to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but this will never stand. With this, we come to the end of this very program. We ask you to subscribe. If you have not subscribed before, like, share, and leave your comment. We thank you. May God be with you and bless you. Thank you very much. Till we come to you with another episode. be hopeful that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. He did not commit any crime, and we hope that the judge that sent them to do the political negotiations after viewing all the accounts against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be there when they bring good results to her that the case has been dismissed. Everybody is looking forward to hearing this. Thank you, and God bless you all. Remain blessed till we come to you once again. Bye.